In my last post, I shared how our response as parents can either build our child up or tear them down. Some of you wanted to go a little deeper to see what the Bible actually says about this. So today I want to show you a clear example from Scripture that speaks directly to it. If you remember, in the last post I mentioned an article in which the author gives the following advice. After a poor grade, tell your child, I'm proud of the effort you put in. Your grade doesn't define you. In Matthew 25:14-30, Jesus tells the parable of the servants entrusted with their master's resources. Two of them worked faithfully and multiplied what they were given. The master praised them, saying, Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness. This is the picture of heaven, the reward of faithfulness. But to the servant who did nothing with what he was given, the master said, You wicked, lazy servant, you should have at least put my money on deposit with the bankers. The lazy servant was not praised by the master, nor just corrected. He was condemned and cast into darkness, where there was weeping and gnashing of teeth. The difference between the good and the lazy servant was not ability, it was responsibility and faithfulness. Each was given something according to his capacity, and each was expected to do something with it. Now let's apply this biblical truth to parenting. When a child receives a poor grade and the parent responds with, I'm proud of your effort, your grade doesn't define you, it sends the wrong message. It tells the child that their actions and results don't matter, that stewardship of their God-given abilities isn't important, and that accountability can be ignored if their intentions felt right. But in God's eyes, effort is not separated from fruitfulness. Just as the master expected the servants to produce something with what they'd been given, God expects our children to use their gifts, their minds, time, and opportunities faithfully. When a child is capable of more, but doesn't do their best, the loving and godly response is not to comfort them into complacency, but to hold them to a higher standard, God's standard, and to remind them that God gave them a capable mind, and not using it well is not to be taken lightly. True love does not excuse laziness. It stirs the heart toward obedience and diligence. Just as the master rewarded the faithful servants with joy and a warm welcome into God's kingdom, and condemned the lazy and wicked servant for wasting his gift by throwing him outside into the darkness, parents are called to teach their children that faithfulness means to use what God gave them well, not settling for less. When children realize that God's well done is not spoken to the lazy, but to the faithful, they will discover true success, lasting joy, and the blessing of God's approval.